There are many varieties of patterns you can use to make your own plushies. Once you choose the one that suits you, gather the colors you need to create your character. Obviously, since it's Power Ranger month, we're going to be doing the Rangers. Simple color patterns. You'll just need the proper suit color, depending on which Ranger you want to make, as well as white for the gloves and boots, and black and gray for the helmet features. I have a preference of using fleece fabric to make my plushies. It makes them soft and comfy and adjustable to shaping up when finished. So once you've chosen your pattern, draw out the appropriate body parts with the right colors. Then cut them out individually. Be sure to cut slightly off the line outside to leave some space so that when you sew on the lines, you have plenty of room to obtain the proper shape. The rest of the process depends on what instructions you have received, if any, that come with the pattern you've chosen. I myself am really not good at explaining things in detail like this, so try to bear with me, okay? So, for this pattern, I'm starting with the head. The back of the head requires two triangular shapes that you stitch together on one side. Both pieces will have triangles on the bottom that will require folding them both halfway and stitching along the lines within themselves. This will help the head create better shaping for when you stitch it onto the body. Next, you will have what will be the sides of the head, which are two long, thin pieces in a slight curve. The edges that are wider get stitched together, and that will end up becoming the very top of the head. The side with the inner curves will be stitched alongside the two pieces that are stitched together, all the way around, leaving the bottom open to become the neck. The circular piece, which will be the face, will be stitched all the way around on the other side of the curved sides, thus completing your head. Or should I say, getting a head start. Making the feet have a more similar task. With the folding and the flexing, the best way for me is to try to show you up closely, because like I said, I suck at explaining stuff in detail. But basically, there are two pieces, the base of the feet and the top, which will have an extended side you'll be stitching up in order to properly shape them into feet. Stitch that piece all the way around the base until they meet up. Then stitch the side in an angular pattern. Okay, so those were the more complicated pieces to put together. Now comes the easier part. The main body, as well as the hands, are just simple dual pieces that just need to be stitched along the edges, leaving the opening for the head and the limbs. Now just take that craft of yours and stuff it. No, I mean literally, you gotta stuff it. You need to stuff until your heart's content. Stuffing can be a little tedious, but it is more of a picky trick than you think. It can help maintain the shape properly, but only with the proper amount of stuffing. You also need to determine the amount based on how stiff or soft you want your plushie to be. If it's too squishy, it won't be shaped properly. Now, we align the body parts as best we can and begin connecting them together. Using the hidden stitch technique, connect the body parts together by stitching around at least 2 to 3 times for extra security. If you feel you must, add a little more stuffing to make absolute certain that it has the proper shaping you desire before closing it up completely. Kind of makes you feel almost like a mad scientist stitching up a new monstrous creation. Except this one is gonna be more squishy and cuddly, so maybe you're more like a kawaii scientist or something. I don't know, I'm getting off track. Anyways, you now simply have a body. What to do with the body, that's up to you to hide from the police. Nah, I'm kidding. Anyways, you now simply have a body. Whatever you want to do with that body, do as you wish, but just remember, I'm not an alibi. I'm just kidding. Using whatever fabric pieces you have, stitch or hot glue it to morph into your character. Hope you enjoy whatever time you have making your plushies. And now, let's morph!
Go,